These games you see on screen are made with Godot. I just wanted to show my appreciation for some awesome 3D projects made in Godot. A new demo of Sandfire by Kmitt dropped recently, and upon playing it, I thought it would be cool to showcase the game, as I think it deserves it. You've probably seen this game in the past, it's been around for a while, and the creator Kmitt is sharing some of his work on YouTube and Twitter. The game is a 3D third-person Souls-like with a very cool atmosphere. I greatly encourage you to play the demo, as I think it shows that a great art direction can be really impactful. The game performs surprisingly well. I played it on the Steam Deck without any issues, and it looked awesome. Of course, it's not ultra realistic, but it's not the intent of this game, and Godot wouldn't be suited for that. I think it's a great display that Godot is capable of 3D, and the misconception comes from a lot of Godot games being 2D, especially those made by beginners or for game jams. Even some of the most popular ones like Potato or Dome Keepers are 2D, so it reinforces this idea. We're starting to see more 3D games made with Godot, and I know which one you're thinking about, but we'll come back to it later. Penitent by Devmar is another impressive 3D game that has been ported to Godot 4 about a year ago, I think. You can find devlogs about the game on Devmar YouTube channel. The game is a stylized 3D person shooter and it looks incredibly good. It's another great display of what you can make out of Godot. I think it shows that if you're talented, you can produce interesting things even with Godot. To be honest with you, I don't know much about these projects. I'm just following, as you're probably doing too, but I think they're just inspiring. Devmar's YouTube channel is really interesting as they go through their process when creating something, and you might get some really good insights on how to achieve performant and stunning 3D visuals. I truly believe they're paving the way to 3D being seen as completely normal with Godot. Both projects were initially made with Godot 3 and ported to 4, so it gives us interesting insights on the difference, the porting process, and how Godot 4 can improve or not your workflow. With the recent Unity debacle, we've seen more people show interest in Godot, and some of them actually started migrating their project. Road to Vostok is probably one of the most prominent examples of that. It's a hardcore single-player survival game set in a post-apocalyptic border zone between Finland and Russia. The developer has been very transparent online with the porting, and they're posting often on Twitter, showing the progress of recreating all the different parts of their quite impressive game to Godot. This game is aiming for a more realistic look than the previous two we've seen, and this is an amazing showcase of the capabilities of the engine and of course the talent of the developer. They've posted on their YouTube channel a video that shows the porting process, and it took them 600 hours to finish, so you can imagine the size of the project. A demo is available right now on Steam, so you should definitely give it a try to see for yourself how the game runs. There's always a difference between seeing a game in a video and experiencing it yourself. What you're seeing on screen right now is the demo played on my computer, and let me tell you, it's quite impressive. I personally did a 3D project recently with Béton Sanglant, and while I think it can be interesting to share my experience, it's still very limited to a relatively simple and far from realistic project. I also don't have experience with other engines, and that's why I believe having feedback from experienced developers switching to Godot can be extremely interesting, both for us developers, but also for the engine contributors. Actually, I would love to discuss that with the developer behind Road to Vostok. I don't know if that would be possible, but I think it could be interesting. Let me know if you're interested and if I should reach out to them. You might not know, but I've done some 3D things in the past, before Béton Sanglant. When I started learning Godot, I wanted to explore everything, so I did some projects and even game jams in 3D. Those were not amazing, and I was using mostly simple shapes, but it was an experience nonetheless. Since then, I've worked in VR for a client, but my biggest project was probably Béton Sanglant, because I had to model, texture, and do all of the programming, of course. While my experience is still very limited, I can feel the difference with Godot 4, especially in terms of usability. Overall, it's been a very pleasant experience in 3D. I'm sure there are still a lot of things to improve, but it's definitely going in the right direction. I'm convinced we'll see more and more impressive games made with Godot, especially with version 4, becoming more stable and feature complete. I can't wait to see where we'll be in a year from now. If you know other interesting projects, or you made something with Godot, don't hesitate to share down below. I'm truly interested in seeing more cool things made with Godot. Thanks to Brilliant for sponsoring this video. Game development is a creative and technical field with a lot of complexity, and many talented people can be scared, especially of the coding aspect. But Brilliant is here to help with a range of fascinating courses that can help you in your learning journey. From math to computer science, with thousands of lessons available and new ones added every month, you'll have access to all the knowledge and resources you need. The bite-sized lessons, storytelling, and interactivity make it the best way to learn complex topics, such as computer science. The curated course Programming with Python guides you with learning one of the most in-demand programming language, from knowing nothing to coding fundamentals. It will guide you from curiosity to mastery through interactive challenges and problems to solve. Start learning and improving your skills today with Brilliant by visiting brilliant.org/MrAlexP or click the link in the description to get a 30-day trial for free. The first 200 of you will get 20% off Brilliant's annual premium subscription. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.